Welcome back to the Strength for Generations podcast. I'm excited that you came back today. I believe God has put this message on my heart for someone who desperately needs to hear it. So if you've been on this health journey for years, if you've tried the Whole30, Weight Watchers, keto, paleo, intermittent fasting, maybe some Ozempic, maybe the Livy method, I'm trying to think of all the different things that people have shared with me. Maybe you've tried joining gyms, bought workout programs, hired trainers. You've seen the naturopaths, the functional medicine doctors, the herbalists. You've tried every supplement under the sun, but you're still searching and you're still starting over every Monday. This episode is for you, because here's what I want you to know today. You haven't failed. The system has failed you. It's called the world system. And today we're talking about why motivation is actually sabotaging your health journey, and why God never promised you motivation, and what He calls us to do instead. Plus, I'm going to give you 5 practical steps you can take this week to start building discipline God's way. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's dive deep. Welcome to Strength for Generations, the go-to podcast for Christian families who want to build strength, restore energy, and deepen connection with God at the center. I'm Krista Baker, Christian health coach, wife, mom, and co-founder of Baker Family Fitness. I'm here to help you honor God with your health and bring peace back to the process, to simplify what it means to build strength in your body, renew your mind, and care for your spirit, all without losing precious time with your family. So grab your coffee and your ribeye, and let's do this His way. Okay, let me paint a picture for you. It's Sunday night, you're meal prepping, you've got your workout clothes laid out for tomorrow morning, you've downloaded your new app, you feel motivated. The time, this one's going to be different. Monday comes, you crush it, you crush your workout, you eat perfectly, you feel amazing. Tuesday, same thing, boom, got this. Wednesday, still going strong. But then Thursday hits. Life gets busy. Work is stressful. The kids get sick. And that motivation, it's gone. Now, Friday, you're eating takeout. By Saturday, you're skipping the gym. By Sunday night, you're right back to where you started, planning another Monday restart. Does it sound familiar, my friends? If this is your story, I want you to understand something important. All those programs you've tried, Whole30, the 21-step challenge, the Weight Watchers, the keto, the paleo, they're not wrong. They're just pieces of a puzzle. The issue isn't that these plans don't work. The issue is that they're incomplete. They give you the nutrition piece, or the exercise piece, or the mindset piece, but they're missing the most important piece of all. The piece that says, I'm not strong enough to do this on my own. The piece that says, I need God's strength, not just my willpower. The piece that admits we were never designed to carry this burden alone. And you've been trying to build this lasting change on a foundation that was never meant to last. I hear it all the time when I ask people, like, what's going on? What do you think you need right now? Oh, I just need to be motivated. Okay. But here's what the world tells us about health and fitness. Find your way, get motivated, push through, hustle harder. What is it? Beast mode or no excuses. Oh, what's the one? No pain, no gain. You know, you hear all these things in the industry, but here's what God says. My grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. That's 2 Corinthians 12:9. God never promised you motivation. I actually looked it up. I was like, why do I keep hearing people say motivation? I'm like, Lord, is there anywhere in this Bible that says, I promise you motivation? Because nowhere in Scripture will tell you that. God's not saying, just get pumped up and you'll make it. Instead, He calls us to discipline. Hebrews 12:11 says, no discipline seems pleasant at the time, but painful. Later on, however, produces a harvest of righteousness and peace for those who have been trained by it. So what's the difference between motivation and discipline? Motivation is emotion-driven. It comes and goes with your feelings. It depends on your circumstances. It requires you to feel like doing something. Like, I don't feel like waking up at 5 a.m. Discipline, however, is character-driven. It's consistent regardless of how you feel. It's steady through good days and bad days. It's doing what you know is right because it's right, not because you feel like it. So here's your first action step this week. Stop waiting to feel like it. I know, okay, that might sound harsh. Like, well, how do I just do it? I had a woman recently say, how do I do it? And I was like, we can't rely on that motivation. So what we're going to do is we're going to stop waiting to feel like it. When it's time for your walk, walk. And when it's time to prepare a healthy food, prepare it. And when it's time to go to bed, regardless of how you feel in that moment. 1 Corinthians 9:27 says, I discipline my body and keep it under control. Paul didn't say, I motivate my body when I feel like it. He said, I discipline my body. Now, let me tell you why motivation actually works against us. Motivation creates an all or nothing mentality. You're either 100% on or you're completely off. There's no middle ground. There's no grace. There's no room for being human. And when you're motivated, you make extreme commitments. If I had $1 for every time I heard someone say, okay, this week I'm going to hit the gym 4 days a week, no questions asked, and I'm going to get my 8,000 steps minimum, 100%. That's happening. I am going to get all my macros bang on. I'm not going to have anything on the weekend because that's the thing that's like totally derailing me. I'm going to get all my water in. Like, you're going to hear me say these things all the time because I think people think that this is what they have to do. So when you're motivated, you make decisions like that. You know, the perfect eating perfectly clean, meal prepping every minute of the day, going to bed at 9 p.m. Check, check, check. Okay. Okay, guys, seriously, life doesn't work that way. So why do we keep trying that? Your kids are going to get sick. You're going to have work deadlines. I'm traveling, so I need to plan ahead of that. I only have 3 days to do the work that I normally do in 5. You've got family events. You've got the kid that wins every game. And you're like, would you just lose the game so I can go home and meal prep? But they're like, Mom, the team won again and we get to go to the finals. These things happen. Then your car breaks down. And, you can't maintain that perfect standard. When you can't do that, guess what happens? You quit. You throw in the towel. You wait for motivation to strike again. Okay, here's your second action step. I'm going to get you guys to choose one small, sustainable habit. Sounds boring, right? When we dial this in, the next one will come. So we're picking one, not 5, and not a complete lifestyle overhaul. One habit. Maybe it's just focusing on your water intake. Maybe it's taking that 10-minute walk after lunch. Maybe it's going to bed 15 minutes earlier. Maybe it's, maybe the thing you're working on right now is just doing your morning devotional. And you're like, well, that's it. I'm going to go and do the Bible in a year and it's going to be 25 minutes every morning. Why don't you start with 5? If you're not doing any of it, guys, we got to just pick one habit that you can do on your worst day. It's going to become like a non-negotiable for you. Discipline isn't built through these big, grand gestures. You're going to hear me say that a lot. It's built through small, consistent actions. Day after day, week after week, month after month. Luke 16:10 says, whoever is faithful in very little is also faithful in much. God cares more about your faithfulness in small things than your motivation for big things. Okay, here's your third action step. Surrender your health journey to the Lord. Stop trying to do this in your own strength. So we're going to pray something like this. Lord, I've been trying to do this my way, and it's not working. I surrender my health, my body, my habits to you. Help me to be faithful in small things and give me your strength when mine runs out. Now, can I tell you something that might be a bit hard to hear? The reason you keep starting over isn't because you lack motivation. It's because you're trying to build lasting change on worldly foundation. The fitness industry wants you to believe that motivation is the answer because motivated people buy programs. They buy the supplements, they buy the gym programs, the gym memberships, they buy the meal plans. But disciplined people don't need to buy the next shiny thing. They don't need the latest, newest program out there. They don't need the external motivation. They just need to be faithful to what God has already shown them. Open up his book. It's all in there. So let me ask you this. How much money have you spent chasing motivation? How many programs have you bought? How many gym memberships? How many supplements? How many books promising the secret to lasting change? Friend, you already know what to do. You know you need to move your body regularly. You know you need to eat nourishing foods. You know you need adequate sleep. You need to manage your stress. The problem isn't knowledge. The problem is that you've been waiting for motivation instead of building discipline. Okay, here's your fourth action step. Stop buying programs for the next 30 days. Stop downloading free recipe packs on social media. Stop looking for the next solution. Stop scrolling Instagram for workout inspiration. You know how much time you're wasting doing that? Instead, commit to being faithful for what you already know. A lot of people tell me, I know I need to be eating healthier. Like, okay, well, why don't you? And like, I just can't stick to it long term. And sure, it might be that that healthy plan is not the right plan for you, but you already know what makes you feel good and you know what makes you feel terrible. So let's just commit to that. Here's what I've learned in my own journey. God isn't interested in my perfect performance. He's interested in my faithful obedience. I pray every morning when I work out. I have a tear in my hip. I've had a tear in my hip and I'm waiting for surgery. And I know when I have that surgery, I'm going to be like stuck on crutches for a month. I'm not even no weight bearing after. And I have to go through the rehab process. But doesn't mean I can't do anything now while I'm waiting for that appointment to show up. I'm in pain, but I don't want to do anything that's stupid that's going to make my leg hurt more. So I ask him, God, I'm in your obedience. I'm in that obedience right now. I'm trying right now to just do what I can with what I have right in front of me. Lord, strengthen my body right now. So when you stop relying on motivation and start building discipline, something beautiful happens. It's so amazing. You develop your character and your integrity because you're doing what you said you wanted to do. You develop the ability to do hard things even when you don't feel like it. And yes, that means getting up early, moms. Sometimes you say, well, I just deserve to sleep in. Good, sleep in. But if that's the thing that's stopping you from moving forward, might I suggest you stop sleeping in. Now, that character, it doesn't just change your health. It changes how you show up as a parent, as a spouse, as an employee, as a friend, as a daughter or son of the king. All of these things develop us in ways that just allows us to become a better servant of the Lord. All right, my friends, here's the fifth and final action step. Find an accountability partner who shares your faith. Okay? Not going to the gym where they're cussing and listening to, the worst of the worst music that's just big booty, whatever, you name it, that you're like, this doesn't feel right when I come here. Why do I keep coming back? Maybe that's just not the spot for you to go to. So let's find somebody who shares your faith and that actually wants to see you living out this wellness journey, and you guys can just keep each other accountable. That's what I love about the community that I've built in our program, because I make a list of all the prayer requests that I've received from all of my clients, and I'll share it in the group. I don't put anybody's names or anything to it. I'll share it in the group. I'm like, let's cover these specific things in prayer this week collectively so that we're doing this together. We're not alone. And so we need to find somebody who's going to be accountable. And do not pick your husband if your husband is not ready for this. You're going to fight more. That's going to actually make your marriage worse. Because when I used to be like, oh, come on, I'm waiting on Mike to come and do the thing, or he's waiting on me to do the thing, it's just going to cause conflict. Instead, we should inspire each other, but sometimes we just have to find that neighbor or somebody who's on the same faith walk with us, someone who will ask you about your faithfulness. Do you have a life group that you're a part of? Maybe ask somebody in your life group, hey, can you hold me accountable? And I'll hold you accountable. And we're not relying on that motivation anymore. Someone that's going to pray with you when this discipline feels hard. I have specific people that will come to my heart when I'm in the middle of working out and I'm praying, because I do. On my rest time, what else am I going to do? I kind of walk around my basement in my gym, not like adding cardio in between, but I'm just kind of moving around. I'm like, Lord, who do you need me to pray for right now? So I know that I can even reach out to that individual and know like, hey, I feel like maybe your discipline's slipping or whatever's going on. So you have to reach out to somebody when your discipline feels hard. Someone who understands that this journey is more than just physical health. Physical health is a massive piece of the puzzle, but your spiritual walk, when you connect the two of them, I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, my goodness, the peace that you're going to feel in your life. Okay? But I know what some of you are thinking. Hey, Krista, this sounds great in theory, but I need more help. I need a system. I need a plan. And you're right. That's why I created the Move Mountains method. It's a free 5-day training where we dive deep into doing health God's way. Day 1, we dive into your why. Not just any why, but your God-given why. The reason He's calling you to take care of your body. We talk about handing this entire health journey over to the Lord. Because, friend, when you're trying to do this in your own strength, you will burn out. Day 2, we dive into movement, not extreme workouts that you can't sustain. I just teach you guys about movement that honors the body God gave you. Day 3, we talk about nutrition, what to prioritize first, how to nourish your body without obsessing over every bite, how to find food freedom and choices. Day 4, we dive deep into the well, your spiritual well. Your physical health and your spiritual health are connected, and we can't separate them. Day 5, we get more into that family legacy. The discipline you build today will impact your children, your grandchildren, and your children's children. Like, think about what the Bible talks about all the time. On our spiritual walk, He will bless the generations. On your physical health walk, He will also bless the generations because those generations are seeing what you're doing. More is caught than taught. And that reminds me of something that Casey said to me this week. She said she wanted earbuds. And I'm like, you're not getting earbuds. I just want to do a lot of research first. I just hear too many things. But then I have headphones I wear when I listen to my devotional music, and I just kind of drown out the world. And it helps me. I'm very sensitive to sound. So it helps me to kind of like keep things inside my brain instead of being a squirrel. But she said, Mom, I want to be able to do a morning devotional when I'm getting ready in the morning before school. I thought that was pretty cool, but I asked her why. And she's like, well, I see you do it every morning. My friends, we are impacting our generations. And what if my choice is to do that, then gets her to do that, and then her children do that? Like, that is what we're doing. So think about your children. Think about your grandchildren, your children's children. How to do this the right way with Him at the center of it all. So this isn't another program. This isn't about motivation. It's about building a foundation that lasts, a foundation built on God's principles, not the world's way. So if you're tired of starting over and you're ready to build discipline instead of chasing motivation, if you want to do this His way, then I want you to sign up for the free Move Mountains method. Go to the show notes, click the link, and get on the waiting list. You can go to bakerfamilyfitness.com/Move Mountains method. Once the training launches, you will be the first to know. If you're on the waiting list now, you gain access to it for free. So friend, God has called you to take care of your body. Psalm 139:14 says, I praise you because I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. Your works are wonderful. I know that full well. You do not need more motivation. You need more discipline. You do not need the world's way. You need God's way. And I believe with all my heart that the Move Mountains method will show you exactly how to build that discipline. So stop waiting for Monday. Stop waiting for motivation. Let's start today. We're going to start small. We're going to start with very faithful steps, one at a time. You're not alone. God's strength is made perfect in your weakness. Lord, thank you for the person listening today. God, I pray that you meet them in their needs. Give them your strength to take that first step. Help them to trust in your way, not the world's way. In your mighty name, amen. Thanks for tuning in to Strength for Generations. If this podcast encouraged you, it would be a blessing if you took a quick minute to leave a 5-star review. It helps more families hear this message and find hope for their health and faith journey. It lights me up to know this podcast is helping you. And if you feel led to share this episode, text it to a friend, post it to your stories, or send it to someone on your heart. God might use it to encourage someone who really needs it today. And don't forget to eat steaks, lift weights, love Jesus, and keep doing it His way.